The System-8 is here and working. Now, one of the things I realised looking back at the channel videos is even though I've owned this keyboard for a number of years, and I do enjoy playing this keyboard, it has been in storage pretty much for 18 months or more. I think it went into storage actually before I tore down the studio 18 months ago. And therefore I haven't really done much videoing about this particular keyboard to camera. Which is a shame, because actually this is a natty little keyboard. And it's actually sort of more powerful than its size, in that you can drive this with an 88 key MIDI keyboard and get full range out of it, as opposed to the, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4 octave that they put on the System-8. You know why they put more octaves on the Jupiter X, because of the poor feedback this thing got. But it does actually generate a very, very respectable sound. I tried to do a comparison of this with the Juno-106, and I did fail miserably, and you will probably see the results of that video before you see the results of this video. The problem I had is that the naming convention for the System-8 and the naming convention for the Juno-106 are just poles apart. There's nothing that is the same between the two keyboards. So it wasn't easy to do a comparison between the two. What is really interesting, and I don't think it comes over on camera very well, is when this thing is in Juno-106 mode, which it is at the moment. The Juno-106 had a shuffling sound. Is the only way I can describe it. It's kind of like the sound a drummer would make with brushes very gently being drawn over a drum. And this has a very faint, I can hear it. I'm not sure the camera mic is picking it up, but there's a very shh. And the Juno-106 had exactly the same sound when it was sitting idling with nothing being played through it. It had a very similar, this sort of shuffling noise, and it's quite calming actually. But there is a background static noise that was present on the Juno. It's also present on this when it's in Juno mode. But what I thought I'd do is I'd play some of the tones off this, just so that you could hear what this thing does stock. And then what I thought I'd do is, hopefully over the weekend, assuming I feeling okay, is I'd play some more stuff from this and show you some of the features of the System-8. As I say, people slated this keyboard when it came out because it is incredibly plasticky. It is incredibly light. The key bed action is nothing to write home about. But if you forgive it for that stuff, the sound engine on this is rather good.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon.
You will excuse me, I might cough while I'm doing this, because I still haven't got over the cold that I've had. I've got this in Juno-106 mode. You can tell that because the Juno one's lit up. And straight out the back, you get a very sort of a great bassline Juno-106 sound. And then we go up and we get this is called arpeggio. But if you then put the arpeggiation in and hold the key on this, you can do some really natty stuff. And that's just not doing anything with the keyboard, that's just playing around with the pitch bend. But the pitch bend and the arpeggiator give you that ability. Just move up. Typical, this is a poly chorus from a Juno. And you get something like that, but really nice. But then you start to get into saws. But what I like off the Juno, I've always loved off the Juno, is these warm pad type sounds that it had. But it does have some beautiful pads, and when you have an extended keyboard and you can really play up in this top area. Now, in order to get up into this top area, what I need to do is I need to transpose the keyboard up. So that's the only way you can get up into the top registers on this, because it's only 4 octaves, but it works quite well. It's easy to get to the keys, which are these keys over here. It's very accessible. Let's have a look. And of course, one of the other things about this is you've got these 4 sliders above the pitch bend and modulation wheel, and I can change how much deflection I get on the pitch from the moving the wheel. I can also change for whatever, I mean, it's not for this particular sound, but where the filter is involved, I can change the filter. I can also change the modulation sensitivity. From there as well. Another really simple feature from the keyboard. I quite like this one, especially if you put an arpeggiation on. slightly detuned piano. Now this particular sound, when this keyboard was up in the rig in the studio, I love this sound. I can never find anything to actually, any track to put it on. I kept trying to come up with some sort of creepy sort of track that could be played on, and I never really came up with anything. I do love the noise. I love the sound. Now I used this on a friend's film, and he wanted some what do you want? He wanted some sort of melodramatic sort of music while the sort of baddie of his film was sort of stalking the heroine of his film. It was a rubbish film, by the way, but this worked really well. You get the drift. Not a fan of that one. And then we have like a wide sweeping strings with a and that pretty much is sort of that gives you a flavour of the Juno side of this synth. When I finished recording this noodling session this evening, I realised that I'd recorded over 30 minutes of video. So rather than put this out as one 30-minute video, I've decided to put it out as 2 videos. And therefore, watch out for part 2, but for part 1, live long and prosper. Bye bye.